Hey everybody, welcome back to another fantastically wonderful, exciting episode of What CD is Rob listening to now? And now we continue off this 2 CD Styx set, the complete wooden nickel recordings with the band's last album for the label, released in 1974. This album, called Man of Miracles, if you want to see the back here, let's take a look. Man of Miracles. I should really get these all as standalones someday, but this was a perfect way to get them all to begin with. Fantastic albums. I love their Wooden Nickel years, and I think, though this isn't my favorite album of the Wooden Nickel years, it's definitely in the top two. We'll leave it at that. Anyways, this is the band's last album of original material for Wooden Nickel, released in 1974. It starts with a guitar rocker featuring JY on lead vocals, a song called Rock and Roll Feeling. This song, like all of JY's tunes on this album, is a straight-ahead hard rocking track. There's some fantastic piano licks here and some killer guitar riffs. Just a wonderful song. Having a Ball is another hard rocker. Like the previous track, this one was written by JY and original guitarist John Kuralewski. God, I hope I'm saying that correctly. I love the sound on this track. It's just sounds so full and really just kind of rocks. And again, JY is on vocals here, and this is such a fantastic song. Anything that JY sings, I just love. He's a wonderful singer. Definitely not utilized enough at all. Let's see. While JY and Kuralewski focused on the hard rock, Dennis DeYoung was developing his prog rock chops. And songs like Golden Lark, the next song, I was going to say Garden Luke, I don't know. Golden Lark is proof of that. It's sort of a mellow prog rocker with some cool synths, strings, and a piano in evidence. Dennis's voice sounds fantastic here. Next up, a song for Suzanne, and it follows a Dennis DeYoung tradition of sucking up to his wife. Songs like Lady, While There's Still Time, and Babe are all part of this series, and I'm sure there's many more I'm not thinking of. It's another proggy tune, but definitely heavier than Lark. This tune at just over 5 minutes is the longest track on the album, and a very pleasing prog rocker, even if the lyrics are a bit cheesy as hell. But hey, that Styx for you. Side A ends with the James Young rocker called A Man Like Me. This tune could have been on any of the band's first 4 albums. It would have fit anywhere. Definitely just sort of their sound at this time. It's a pleasing early career rocker. Side B has started with a song called Lies. Then later, Best Thing from the first album. Why? Then later, Unfinished Song. And then thankfully for this version, back to Lies. This is the album's only cover tune with vocals from DeYoung. It has a sort of Queen feel for me, but with a bass performance that's just phenomenal, and a guitar solo that could peel the paint off the walls at your home if played at the right volume. I'd like to know the story about how this song came to be part of the album. I'd never heard of this song before Styx. I still have not heard the original. So again, yeah, I'd kind of like to know, the story behind that. I think it's kind of cool. Let's see, I lost my notes here, so give me a second here. Okay, Evil Eyes starts the next, or just the second song on the next side of the album, and it's another Dennis DeYoung prog rocker, and a song that may be one of the best on the album. Dennis was getting really good at writing a killer hard rock prog tune at this point, something he would continue to grow at and excel for quite some time. There's some great vocal melodies here, some vocal harmonies on this one, and the instrumentation is just top-notch. Southern Woman is another hard-rocking tune from JY with some keys, a killer guitar solo, and a fantastic vocal performance from JY. It's quite a contrast to the track before it. This is an album where styles were being developed and cultivated separately, but someday soon they would meld beautifully into that Styx sound that, well, we frankly all know and love. But for now, this is just a straightforward hard rocker with one hell of a phenomenal organ performance. The next track is an epic song in all but length. Mr. Christopher has keys, pretty guitar, a bass performance that's in your face, and some beautiful vocal melodies. This is another one of those songs that rank very high in my favorite Styx song list. And for anyone that thinks that Dennis DeYoung can only do Babe and Don't Let It In and other sort of drenchers, they're definitely missing out, as this song is evidence of his diversity in songwriting. Now, of course, there's Sweet Madam Blue and So many great tracks. Man in the Wilderness. I'm sorry, Castle Walls. Dennis DeYoung was fantastic at writing the heavier songs, but I think people lose sight of that for the babes and the ladies. Definitely check out his other stuff. He was a fantastic writer. The album closes with the title track, and the only song written by both JY and Dennis DeYoung. Instrumentally, this is another pleasing prog rocker that kicks off with an almost orchestral march section before the entire band kicks in with an amazingly epic-feeling prog rock song. I couldn't imagine a better track to end this album, and indeed the band's run as an independent act. JY sings his heart out here, and the vocal harmonies are next level as the band turn in a song that could go on any of the albums recorded over the next few years. Just a typical kind of fantastic Styx prog rocker. Great song, great way to end the album, great way to end the Wood Nickel years. I can't say enough about these first four albums. They're largely forgotten, but frankly, I think they're better than some of the later released albums, which you may or may not hear about later during my reviews or in the video coming this Friday from when my friend Jordan and I rank all of these in order of least played to most played. Anyway, until the next album, and I'm not sure what I'm going to listen to. I might listen to The Mission next. We'll see. Until then, toodles.